They will never understand the fire inside you, not because it's invisible, but because they've spent their lives trying to put it out in themselves. You were not born to live safe. You were not meant to tiptoe through life, hiding your scars, staying quiet, playing small. You were born to burn bright, to stand tall in the storm, to bleed, to fall, and to rise again with teeth clenched and eyes focused. Because life, real life, doesn't care about your excuses. It only responds to your choices. And this world belongs to the ones who refuse to bow. You see, the warrior mindset isn't some fantasy of fearlessness. It's not loud. It's not glamorous. It's the quiet decision you make at 4 a.m. when no one's watching. To keep going. To get up when you have every reason not to. To do what others won't so you can live how others can't. The world has sold us comfort like it's the ultimate prize. But comfort is a lie dressed in silk. It whispers to you, stay here. You've done enough. You're safe now. But you know better. You were never here to be safe. You were here to build, to break, to become. And that means choosing the path that hurts, that stretches, that demands more from you than anyone else ever could. Mindset is not motivation. Mindset is identity. It's what you default to when the motivation dies. It's the anchor that holds you steady when life throws fire at your feet. And every single day you're training that mindset. With every action you take, with every decision you make, you're either feeding the warrior or feeding the weakling. You've got to kill the version of yourself that hesitates. Hesitation is death. It is the enemy of greatness. Because every second you spend doubting, someone else is executing. While you're waiting, someone else is moving. And life doesn't wait. Belief. That's the seed of it all. But here's the truth no one tells you. You don't start with belief. You earn it. You earn belief in yourself through the grind, through stacked days of doing the work. Belief doesn't come from affirmation. It comes from alignment. When your actions match your words, when your habits match your dreams, when your discipline matches your vision, that's when belief hardens into armor. Not the kind you wear to protect yourself from the world, but the kind that makes you bulletproof to doubt and clarity. That's your compass in the chaos. Not the kind of clarity that tells you every step ahead, but the kind that says, this is why I rise. This is who I'm becoming. Without that clarity, you're just busy. You're hustling in circles. You're checking boxes but never breaking chains. The warrior knows where they're going. Even if the map is torn and the path is dark, they know the mountain and they climb anyway. Vision. Vision isn't what you see with your eyes. It's what you feel in your bones. It's the movie that plays behind your eyelids at night, the version of you that already exists in another dimension, the one you're trying to pull into reality. And every day you either bring that vision closer or you let it slip further away. That vision must be louder than your pain. It must be stronger than your doubt. You've got to see it so clearly that nothing, no failure, no setback, no betrayal can make you stop chasing it. But vision without purpose? That's a house with no foundation. You'll build fast and you'll fall faster. Purpose is the reason you don't quit. It's the invisible force that keeps you moving when logic tells you to stop. When everyone else says it's over, purpose is the voice that says, not yet, not for me. And here's the thing. Your purpose won't always feel good. It won't always make sense to others. But that's because it was given to you, not to them. It's your sacred war to fight, and you don't need a crowd to clap for it. You need a soul that refuses to surrender. Discipline. Let's talk about that. Because everyone wants to feel motivated, but the warrior acts regardless. They don't wait for a mood. They create motion. They do the work even when it's cold, even when they're tired, even when the world's on fire. Discipline is brutal. It's boring. It's lonely. It's saying no 1,000 times for one big yes. But discipline builds the beast. It sculpts the soul. It forges greatness from the clay of ordinary. You want to change your life? Then change your standards. Raise them so high that average starts to choke in your presence. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. And your systems are built from your discipline. But discipline without action is still a dream. And dreaming is the cousin of delay. You must move, even if you're not ready, especially when you're not ready, because readiness is a lie. It's a delay tactic disguised as logic. The warrior knows action creates momentum, and momentum is the cheat code to life. It turns small wins into big victories. It turns quiet steps into loud progress. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be in motion. Forget how you feel. Focus on what you said you'd do. Do that over and over until it's no longer a decision, it's a way of being. And when you move with power, you begin to see something magical. The world responds. Doors open. People notice. Opportunities arise. Not because the world changed, but because you did. And when that happens, that's when you tap into the hidden force that most people overlook. Gratitude. Gratitude isn't weakness. It's not passivity. It's not about pretending everything is okay. Gratitude is power. It's the lens that sharpens your vision when life tries to blur it. It reminds you that even in the struggle, there's strength being born, that every failure carved out a space in your soul where wisdom now lives. The warrior doesn't just fight for what's missing. They fight from a place of abundance. They see the lessons in the losses. They see the beauty in the burn. They don't complain about the mountain. They thank it, because the climb is what makes the muscle. And it's that perspective, that depth of appreciation for both the pain and the progress, that separates the hungry from the hollow. When you're grateful, you don't move with desperation. You move with conviction. You move with certainty, because you're not chasing something to fill a void. You're building something to express your soul. But even gratitude must learn to bend, because the path is never straight. What you plan will collapse. What you expect will be broken. And that's where the warrior reveals their true weapon, adaptability. Flexibility is not weakness. It is a quiet strength that refuses to break when the winds of chaos howl. The warrior mindset isn't rigid. It flows. It adjusts. It survives the fire by becoming the smoke. Because the mission is too important to get married to one method. The goal is fixed, but the path is fluid. When the plan fails, you don't. When the door closes, you find a window. When the wall rises, you build wings. Adaptability is intelligence in motion. It's evolution in real time. It's not about lowering your standards. It's about expanding your strategies. You don't have to control everything. You just have to stay committed to the outcome. Even if the route is messy, even if you lose pieces of yourself along the way. Because that's what most people never tell you. Transformation costs. It costs comfort. It costs certainty. It costs the version of you that was okay with mediocrity. And when the storms get darker, when it feels like nothing is working, when doubt creeps in like a thief in the night, you lean on the most underrated force of all, resilience. Resilience isn't just about getting back up. It's about getting back up wiser. It's about using the hit to refine your hunger. It's about staring down life's most brutal punches and saying, you should have hit harder. You don't need a perfect past to build a powerful future. You just need the refusal to stay down. And that comes from knowing, deep in your bones, that every time you rise, you are becoming someone more dangerous to your doubt. And you want to know the secret? The enemy isn't out there. It never was. The enemy is within. It's the voice that says, you're not ready. You're not enough. You'll never make it. But here's the truth. You are not that voice. You are the one who hears it. And more importantly, you are the one who decides whether it wins. And how do you silence it? You learn. You become a student of yourself, a student of pain, a student of growth. Every failure is a curriculum. Every scar is a syllabus. And every setback is asking you a question. Will you evolve or will you escape? The warrior mindset doesn't just survive life. It studies it. It reads the patterns. It absorbs the wisdom. And it applies, not once but relentlessly. Because true learning is not about information, it's about transformation. And transformation isn't clean. It's brutal. It's raw. It's nights where you question everything. It's mornings where you put your armor back on, even when your hands are shaking. But that's where the beauty lives. In the becoming. In the work no one claps for. In the days no one sees. in the silent war between who you were and who you are becoming. You are not just here to win battles. You are here to transcend them, to become a weapon forged by fire, tempered by loss, sharpened by discipline, and wielded by purpose. You are not a victim of your past. You are not a prisoner of your fears. You are a warrior. Not because you never fall, but because you always rise. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. The warrior mindset is not a switch. It is a lifestyle. It's how you breathe. It's how you walk into every room. It's how you treat your time, your health, your word. It's how you carry yourself when no one's watching, and in the quiet corners of life, when the world isn't cheering, when there's no applause, when it's just you in the darkness. You choose who you are, right there, in that space. You earn the right to call yourself unstoppable. So now the question is no longer, can you do it? You already know the answer. You feel it pulsing beneath your ribs. You hear it every time you silence the noise and listen to the whisper inside that says, keep going. The question is, will you become the one who finishes what they started? Not for applause, not for validation, but because the fire inside you refuses to die. Because that fire is sacred. It is your gift, your curse, your calling. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't born to live a small, quiet, edited version of life. You were born to break patterns, to disrupt bloodlines of fear, to forge legacies with your bare hands. And not just for you, but for everyone watching, everyone doubting, everyone praying silently that you make it, so they can believe it's possible for them too. This world doesn't need more people trying to fit in. It needs warriors, those who walk with wounds and still rise, those who feel fear and still move, those who fail publicly and bleed privately, but never stop swinging. You are not late. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are exactly where the fire meets the forge. And the world has no idea what you're about to become. Because the warrior mindset isn't something you put on. It's something you unleash. It's the real you beneath the doubt, beneath the lies, beneath the years of playing small and calling it safety. It's you unfiltered, untamed, unapologetic. It's in the moment when you choose courage over comfort, discipline over delay, purpose over popularity. It's when you finally stop negotiating with fear and declare, this is mine, this life, this dream, this mission. It belongs to me now. No more waiting, no more shrinking, no more asking for permission to be great. You were built for more, and now you remember. So get up, armor up, and walk like every step is a statement, like every breath is a battle cry. Because it is. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of the chapter where you become legend. The climb will be brutal. The road will test everything you are. But one day, you will look in the mirror and see the scars, and you will smile. Because you'll know, you didn't just survive. You became. Not a winner, not a dreamer, not a fighter, but a warrior. And the world will never be the same again.